In 1974, Scope emerged as one of the first Dutch acts to pick up on the gauntlet laid down by Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy, the revolutionary 1973 release by Return Forever. Scope picked up on the, electrified jazz sound and turned out two amazing albums of chromatic, lightning filigree. And from the second of those, the track Ant, Artica. Already you can tell that this drummer has spent like a lot of time practicing. You're thinking this guy's got some great gigs ahead of him, even way beyond the scope, no pun intended, of this band. I'm definitely hearing that Chick Corea, Lenny White style interplay between these two, like that piano, that electric piano, and the drums. Yeah, they spent a long time. They were listening hard, I can tell. What is that guitar tone? It's so like, kind of like liquidy. Got kind of a warm, fuzzy tone, just ever so slightly fuzzy. Kind of almost like going through sort of an envelope filter. It just. What I mean by envelope is that it kind of has a kind of. The thing I love about these pieces is the contrasting sections. It's like you have sections where like several instrumentalists are just dueling it out, and then you have others where certain instrumentalists are highlighted, but yet they'll do something completely different than what they were doing in the other section. Here, pianist Rob Franken is showing some of his classical chops. Bassist Rick Elings is playing flute right here. He's a multi-instrumentalist, plays a few different instruments on this album. This album features a Gibson Les Paul guitar and a 12-string guitar played by Rens Nieuwland, and Rick Elings, in addition to that flute and the grand piano, also plays Solina strings and the Fender precision bass guitar. That still doesn't quite tell me though how that sound is being created on the guitar. And that, I believe, is the Odyssey, played by Franken. Kind of going slightly into Jan Hammer territory here. Now that is some sizzle right there. This section is reminding me more of something off the No Mystery album, because we're in funkier territory here. Ludwig drums. I love those like sustained piano chords with the just being pile driven by those like snare tom rolls that he. The only thing I'm not really hearing much is the bass. It just came in and just kind of reminded me almost how it hasn't really taken center stage during this piece. Maybe there were some recording limitations or something. This has got a lot of points of interest, but I would say the most distinctive, the most unique parts are definitely those sounds that they're creating. They're like the fuzzy, like just. Scope. Antarctica, a track that had a lot of amazing things going on, just fantastic drumming, just pulverizing the piece, with the opening, few minutes and then the concluding few minutes, and then in the middle we had that classical kind of interlude with the like grand piano and Flute. And then we went into that funkier section, and throughout many of the pieces, like that funkier section and the main, like, brisk song proper, we had these woven, kind of like wiggly, fuzzy sounds coming out of the guitar, coming out of the arp, and just amazing playing throughout. You can tell that these musicians were striving for the best, were pushing themselves beyond the limit, and perhaps outdoing themselves, and I thank them for it. A time when musicians were really just exploring the boundaries of just how just trying to have it all into a single album, trying to have like amazing, grand, ensemblic interplay, set to tight thematics, but at the same time trying to throw in as many notes as possible, trying to be as virtuosic and yet refined at the same time. And so you had virtuosity, you had fantastic compositions, you had classical control, you had eclecticism, you have them going through several different idioms and mastering them all, and seamlessly going from one to the other in the span of a piece. For more Rubies and Sapphires from Scope, see the directory of albums by Benelux artists, which is the Netherlands and Belgium. I have them all in the same list because they're so close together, and they make a fuller list when put together. For the two Scope albums, as well as albums by the two Spin albums, other bands in this vein from the mid-70s Dutch scene, like Pumpkin, or the Belgian band Solus Lucas, I think. Bands like Kos, Axac Mobile, the whole, onto the chamber rock from the Low Countries, Universe Zero, and the like. It's all there, as well as the Benelux rock, Kayak, Golden Earring, and the like. And like and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air travel tri-maximalist, signing off.